Labour has finally outlined its counter-terrorism-style powers that they will use to investigate and smash the people smuggling gangs, if you believe what they say at any rate. And the money to fund this command will come from the scrapped Rwanda scheme, which was due to send 90,000 illegal migrants to Rwanda. Labour vow to clear the backlog of over 100,000 asylum seekers, but without hotels and no deportation scheme. Where on earth will they go? Well, let's try and dissect that. We're joined now by Alexander Downer, the former advisor to government on immigration and Australian Foreign Minister. Welcome to the show, Alexander. Pleasure to have your company. So the Border Security Command, it's called, sounds tough, doesn't it? What in actual fact will it be? And can it achieve the impossible of smashing the gangs? They've given up on stopping the boats. Is smashing the gangs the answer?
Well, all they're doing is changing the name of an organisation which already exists. You might recall that Boris Johnson appointed an admiral to head up this sort of work. I mean, there have been various attempts over the years. Obviously, MI5, MI6, the police and border force and so on have all been used to try to track down these gangs. This isn't something the previous government did nothing about. So I expect they'll get the same results. Trying to track down the gangs, as they put it, is wrestling with smoke. It's incredibly difficult to do. And I think that people will just continue to come across until the government establishes a system of offshore processing, because we know from the Australian experience that works. That destroys the business model of the people smugglers, the organised crime gangs. Unless you do that, they'll just continue to come.
And Alexander, that looks very unlikely. Yvette Cooper, the new Home Secretary, said today we're having a difficult summer. 1,185 people already arrived via small boats since Sir Keir Starmer was elected the Prime Minister. They haven't stopped the boats. They haven't smashed the gangs. The figures have gone up.
Yeah, I mean, they've hardly been in power, so I think it's a bit unreasonable to judge them yet after a couple of weeks. But my prediction is that over time, these numbers will just continue to grow, and the Labor Party in government will have to start reconsidering its position. And I think that inevitably will happen. In Australia, after the 2007 election, there was a Labor government. They abandoned offshore processing. 50,000 people came. And so the Labor Party then had to start reversing its position. I think the same will happen here. A huge investment has been made with Rwanda. A lot of money, a couple of £100 million have been spent setting up facilities there. And it's a pity to waste it all. They should reconsider the Rwanda scheme.
Well, if they do that, it wouldn't be the first U-turn, would it, that Sir Keir Starmer has made. Alexander Downer, thank you very much for joining us on the show. An absolute pleasure.